Light the Night is an important event for raising awareness against sexual abuse and violence.
This will be our 4th year of hosting the event, and normally every year we would cross a bridge at the same time as thousands of other people across the country, with the aim to light up the country in solidarity with those who have experienced sexual abuse or violence.
This year, the walk can't happen as normal, but we are still coming together to raise awareness of the issue and stand against sexual violence. DMU and DSU stand together against any and all forms of sexual or domestic violence.
Through the delivery of mandala welfare training, our sports clubs and societies have been working hard over the past 4 years to change the narrative regarding sexual abuse and violence. From raising awareness of what support is available to how to be an active bystander, our student groups have been trailblazers for making a proactive, positive change.
Join DMU to show support for the victims of sexual violence around the world and to demonstrate your commitment to creating a safe and inclusive community for all. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Everyone. Hi. I am Ben, the Montfort Executive of the Student Union. I've got two other executives with me and introduce themselves in a moment. I would just like to point out very quickly, though, that this is a live stream and any comments you will put out are going to be on the public domain. I was talking about some sensitive topics here, so if you don't want something in the public domain or out there in public, please do not comment on this video. Laura, to you.
Thank you very much, Ben. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Light the Night. It's our 4th year. It's very exciting. I'm the academic executive at Montfort Students Union, and my pronouns are she, her. Over to you, Aisha.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Ben. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha. I'm the Student Opportunities and Engagement Executive. My pronouns are she, her, and I am super excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Murphia. Today is Light the Night up here at De Montfort. Our student union is showing support by having a craftism session, which we're going to show you inside. We're making boards and t-shirts to wear, where we're going to reconvene here on campus at 6 p.m. and we're all going to walk into town together and show our support for anyone who has ever faced any sort of sexual assault.
We chose to come to Light the Night because it's a really good thing to sort of raise awareness of, and I just thought I'd do my bit.
Just to kind of like get the word out and let everyone know that we are here to support everyone.
I feel quite empowered because everyone was like together and sort of walking as one, so it felt like we were all in it together, whether we'd been through something or knew someone that had. It just felt really nice and supportive. It was really cool because I didn't really know anyone else that was there, but it didn't feel like I was alone. It felt like I was with a group of people as one.
Everyone being there together,
and
even had a survivor.
There seemed to be like a real mix.
Just the amount of people that turned up, people that were here all together.
Everyone had a different background and we're all coming together to support everyone.
So that is what we would usually do Light the Night. That video made me a little bit sad that we can't be doing the same thing. Because
I was feeling so nostalgic. I was like, oh, if only.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So what we usually do is we all walk together. We cross a bridge at the exactly same time as many other people throughout the country, and it's a massive display of solidarity and togetherness. We also have like what are they called, like glow in the dark wristbands and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're all lighting the night together. I've been very lucky to have gone to every single year, and it never ceases to amaze me just how empowering and incredible an event it is. It's one of my favourite events of the year.
I'm with you on that, Laura. Even though I've not been there for the first 2 years, but I have been for the last 2 years. And when I first got to know about what it really was and why people were out there, I was so taken back and overwhelmed with the support and the solidarity that was there. I mean, I think like in the video that was mentioned, just the one that was played, that even though you didn't know anyone else there, you did not feel alone because you knew you shared a common goal. to kind of be there in support of of those victims and in support of and stand against such horrible acts. So you just it was not a sense of belonging, but I don't know why I'm trying to come here at for like
it's a feeling that's bigger than you are, I feel.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, like you're walking and there's music playing, there's people talking, there's people with these beautiful placards, and yeah, you just feel something like you're part of something that's truly so incredibly empowering, to not only the students who are sort of walking with us, but for those people who are walking past us, the members of the local community, the members of the university who aren't involved. Yeah, it's something that's really truly incredible. It's my favourite part of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you hit it. I thought you hit it on your head then, Laura. You said empowerment for everyone, and it doesn't matter if they're there on the day or they see it online or if they walk past you. Either they only just work out what it is 10, 4 or 5 days later, what it was. It's so empowering to see. It also shows actually that everyone is with you and sort of empowerment. Actually, we all stand against this. Do our best to stand against any and all forms. I think it's really important.
Yeah, and we also have a session usually in the middle of the day, which is our craftivism session, where we all last year we all made like placards together and all made t-shirts, and we've had some really creative ones. There was one that I always remember last year because it was a Spice Girls quote, and it was something like, if you want to be my lover, you've got to have my consent. And I love that.
Yeah. That was amazing.
Do you remember any of the ones from last year, Aisha?
I remember one that said, "Don't tell me what to do," and I was like, "Ooh, okay." And along with some of the placards as well, some of the drawings that came through, I was just so amazed and taken back by some of the talents that we have at DMU, and kind of having them on this platform to share it along with raising awareness of it was amazing. But if I'm being honest, last year my favorite part was the music, and that's not because I was carrying the speaker or the boombox, but because I got to sing out at the top of my lungs, and everyone was with me, and we were just playing so many empowering songs. Spice Girls was playing. I think my personal favorite from last year was Fight Song by Rachel. I forgot their last name, but I just remember there was this moment where that song came up, and just as anyone behind me, in front of me, we were all screaming on the top of our lungs throughout the streets of Leicester, just singing that song, and that was amazing. That's a memory that I'll forever cherish.
Mm-hmm. Even though those people were complete strangers.
Yeah.
we didn't know them.
I didn't know any of them. Yeah.
I think my favourite part was when we got to the town hall and our students were giving speeches about what the event meant to them, and in the past few years that's been sort of like quite a common theme, which I've absolutely loved. We do have some speeches when we get to the end of this event, but they've all been in the past been like quite spontaneous. People have like written them on the walk about how they're feeling, how empowering the event is. I remember some particularly amazing poems in the past, and it's just a really great show of solidarity. So I'm really excited for you to see the speeches that we've got at the end of the stream. We do also have, if you wanted to get involved in placard making, Ben, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so we've got a couple of placards sort of designed or sort of used on the Instagram currently, on the DSU Instagram. I think there's also links from my Instagram, and I think Aisha's one of yours as well, I believe, maybe as well Laura's. So if you want to do a placard, please just sort of use that template. You can make your own picture if you want. Just tag us in it, tag the DSU, tag DMU into it, so you can see all the great stuff you do. Unfortunately, of course, we can't do the big crafting events as we would normally do them. Unfortunately, we'd love to be able to do it, but we can still do the stuff and what we normally do.
Exactly. And if you do want to create a physical placard, then feel free. You can, if you've got materials at home, use paper, pens, whatever. Notebooks, whatever you feel like. We'd love to see them as well. So you can tag us at DMU Leicester and De Montfort SU. We would love to see them. But it's also really great for Like the Night that so many of our sports teams and societies get involved. Aisha, as the Opportunities and Engagement Executive, Tell us
I
all
knew this
about what
was
they're
coming
up
to
to.
me. I knew this was coming to me. So a little bit of history of mandala. So oh, sorry, I just froze there. A little bit of history of mandala, which we'll speak about in a bit, and we'll talk more into it. But it is something that kind of initiated from the student group, especially from sports clubs. I believe it was basketball who kind of started this idea, and for a lot of societies and sports clubs, it's almost been like a rite of passage in a way. Like this is something that is always on their yearly calendar, no matter if it's a new committee, old committee. It's almost like a must have to kind of be involved in this, take part in this, to kind of come up and be there for the walk, whether it be virtual or whether it be in person. So it's nice to have that continuity, if that's the right word.
Continuity,
But
yeah.
that one, yeah. It's nice to have that. And some of our societies and clubs have also got involved, which you'll see some of their speeches later. But we can always rely on them to kind of come forward and be like these leaders of their chosen community slash what they represent and what they believe in, to come forward and be in support of such an amazing
Definitely.
walk. Yeah.
Yeah. And they also do a lot more when it comes to bystander awareness, don't they? And being able to actively like challenge people when they are in situations that could potentially be compromising. We do have a little bit of a video, which is something that's been developed by some of our team at DMU Sports and also the our equality team as well. So we're going to show you that to see how you can also help challenge things that aren't ideal.
My name is Emily Fenton and I work for DMU Sport as a sport project coordinator in participation, and I'm here to help you become an active bystander through the use of Speak. Speak has been developed here at De Montfort University by Antonia Jackson and Lynette Williams. We promote it in the training that we deliver with the Mandala project to all our sports clubs. So you can use Speak to challenge racism, sexism, or any other inappropriate behaviour that might be put towards yourself or someone else. In celebration of the Light the Night Walk, we are going to be talking about Speak in the context of a sexual assault. To help explain how to use Speak, I'm going to use a scenario of a sexual assault that has taken place in a bar where Jane has touched Tolu's bum without consent. The scenario that I will be using has been made up for the purpose of this video, and the names mentioned have been picked at random. So what does Speak stand for? Speak stands for straight away, polite, evident, avoid confrontation, and know who to speak to. Let's now talk through each of the actions, starting with straight away. If you see a situation that is inappropriate and you feel that you could intervene or address it straight away, then please try to, but it's incredibly important that you don't put yourself at risk. A terrible thing has already happened and we don't want another one to. If you feel that the situation is too risky to get involved, then we recommend going straight to the final action of Speak, know who to speak to. For example, with the scenario I am using where Jane has touched Tolu's bum without consent, you could look to find a member of bar staff or a security guard who could help you. If you do feel that it's safe to address the situation, then it is important to do so with care, which leads on to the next action of Speak, polite. When addressing the situation, you don't want to aggravate it further, as this could put yourself and the individual you are trying to help in danger. A couple of things we recommend to think about when addressing a situation is your tone of voice, body language, and how you address people. Remain calm and explain why you are addressing the situation. Relating back to the scenario, if I went in shouting, swearing, arms flying and accused Jane in a nasty tone, it most likely would result in an argument or even a fight breaking out. This is not going to help anyone, especially the person you are trying to help, in the scenario, Tolu. Once you have addressed the situation and the person who has committed the inappropriate behaviour has left, we recommend having a friendly chat with the individual who the situation has happened to. Ask them how they are and if you can do anything to help them. Also ask them if they would like to report the situation that has happened to them. If they wouldn't like to report it, then that is perfectly fine. It's important to let them make this decision and give them back the power of the situation that has been taken by the behaviour they have experienced. However, even if the individual doesn't want to report the situation, you can still talk through it with someone, as it might have upset you. It's perfectly normal to feel this way, and there are people at the university who can help you. Head over to the DMU website to find out more about the help you can access. If the individual does want to report the situation, then it is important to stick to exactly what has happened. This is the next part of speak, evidence. As mentioned, when given evidence, don't exaggerate or escalate the situation from what actually happened. An upsetting situation happened, so we don't want to make it worse. Linking back to the scenario, if Tolu did want to report the inappropriate behaviour he experienced, then it is important for me to stick to what I saw and what happened. Moving on to the next action of speak, avoid confrontation. As mentioned before, if the situation is too dangerous to challenge, then and there, it is best to go for help or chat with the individual who has experienced the inappropriate behaviour. When the individual who committed it has left, it is also important to note that if you do address the situation and there becomes a threat or the situation is escalating, then walk away to safety. And finally, the last action of speak, know who to speak to. After a situation has taken place, there is always someone to speak to, whether you are the person who has experienced inappropriate behaviour or the person who has been an active bystander. There is someone who you can speak to. We recommend that all DMU staff and students have the DMU security number in their phone, as the team are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. A final tip is that if you feel that it is safe to address and challenge a situation of inappropriate behaviour, but you don't feel confident to, then why not ask a friend or someone nearby to address it with you? And that is how you can become an active bystander through the use of speak. And remember, no matter how small or big you think your impact is going to be, you can be the difference in how the story ends.
Wow.
I think that video is really important in not only being able to sort of being able to challenge things yourself, but also support other people in challenging things, and know that the support is available for you as well.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely agree. I mean, I remember doing that in the training in Mandala first time, and the information they gave, and so it was, even that was quite empowering. But it's the information they gave, and it's so useful to use because you actually, of course, you talk about it in terms of sexual assault, but also so many other things you can sort of take that into context as well, and use that sort of process. If that's discrimination or something like that as well, actually you can address quite a lot of the same ways. It's so empowering to actually know that, hopefully, I never have and I hopefully never will have to ever use it, but actually to know the best way to go about it is so important, so you can do it and address and make sure and help the story end in a good way, but make sure you keep yourself safe and don't make the situation worse than it already is. I think that's getting that key is the key.
Yeah, definitely, because I think, well, as the video said, there is a need to sort of make sure that you are fine yourself as well, as there's already been one negative thing happening. We don't want another too. So we spoke a little bit about support just then, support in being able to actually challenge what we see and be an active bystander. But I think it'd be really nice if we could talk about the support available at DMU, because we actually have a lot around this sort of thing. So I think Natalie is going to join us.
Brilliant segue, Laura.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for welcoming me. Hello. It's amazing to see you all, and you're doing such a fantastic job. It's such a great event. Thank you. In terms of Mandala support, it's been, as you've noticed along the bottom of the screen, we've got the phone number and the email address there now. So any DMU student can contact us and we can arrange a one-to-one appointment. And as it's a really good point, actually, that was in Speak, that it doesn't have to be something that's necessarily happened to you, but something that you've witnessed or that's sort of something that's upset you and affected you. We can do that too. So, yeah, just a reminder to everybody that we are here to support. Outside of our service, there are lots of services in Leicester, and the main one that's been highlighted again on the banner at the bottom is UAVA, which is a one-stop shop really for any of these issues, including domestic abuse as well, which we all know sadly has been a bit of an issue during the pandemic. And so that would be a good option if the Mandala project isn't available because it's out of hours, that you could call UEFA as well and get some support. And they have a helpline that's available till 10 p.m. So it's just a reminder to say we are here. We don't pressure students to take any particular course of action. As it's also said in one of you guys have said in your speeches, it's about giving the power back to that person and letting them know what the options are so that they can make the decisions. Some people want to report things formally, and that might be to the police or it might be to the university itself. Other people don't want to, and what they want to do is have some wellbeing support and academic support and all that kind of stuff, so we can do that too. And we do support quite a lot of students. Not all students will want to shout about these issues, as you can imagine, but it's just to reassure everybody we are here, and we work virtually at the moment. So we've been there throughout, the lockdown period, and we'll continue to be there for students. But I do have to say, just to echo what everybody else has been saying, how proud I am to work with the exec and to see the fantastic work you're all doing this afternoon. It's, there is a lot of bad news in the world, isn't there? But when we see these empowering actions that people take, it's just so inspiring. And I've got to say to Laura and Aisha, I'm with you. Last year was amazing. The singing, the speakers, the placards, it was just the best ever. So let's all hope that this time next year we'll be in a position where we can get together again. I think we'd still like to keep some virtual stuff though, because it's great as well, and hopefully we're reaching other people today. But thanks, guys, because you're doing an amazing job. And just to remind all DMU students and anyone else watching this video that you can seek support when you're ready to. There are people out there that want to help.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Natalie, for joining us. Thanks. And giving us some idea of the support available. We do also have some mental health support available as well, that you can also access. You can access that through this information on the DMU website, which sort of refers you to the NHS, where we have where there's an emergency line that you can contact too. So if you do need it, I'd really encourage you to do that too. I think we are very lucky at DMU to have such amazing people working. Mandala are wonderful people, and we're very lucky to have them supporting lots of our students.
Yeah, and all the support all the support available is available on the My DMU Hub. No, My DMU Hub. The Healthy DMU Hub. Sorry, not My DMU. Wrong one. That's got all the information there, and that includes Mandala and the mental health support and much more if you need anything there. So if you're looking for support, that is a great place to start looking and getting anything you need, anything you want support wise. Sorry, Aisha.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say on Laura's point that she said that we are lucky to have such amazing and wonderful people working on these amazing projects, and just a little bit of a shout out to them, if anything. Because if it wasn't for their kindness and their patience to help us understand, and the way that they kind of brought this topic around to us without hurting anyone's feelings, or making us really understand what it's like and what we can do, and empower us. So just a big thank you to Natalie, the Mandala team, Emily, and everyone else who's been working on this project.
Thank you. Yes, and I think sort of going back to originally what our Light the Night event usually is. It's wonderful because it's student-led and students coming together collectively to be able to support people and come together for such an empowering experience. And I mentioned previously a little bit about the speeches available, and we do have some of them available today. So I don't know if now's a good time to show them.
I'll take that as a...
Hi everybody, my name is Abby and I'm chair of the DMU Saints. Today I'm here to talk to you about an incredibly important event called Light the Night, which is taking place on the 3rd of February. This event obviously can't take place in the usual way that it would each year, but we still felt it incredibly important to express our solidarity with this cause. We would like to take this moment to make it clear that our club has zero tolerance for sexual assault, violence or harassment of any kind. If any of our members are in need of support or help in the wake of something like this, then we urge you to come forward so that we can direct you to the most appropriate help points. To further express our solidarity with the cause, from next week we'll be posting helpful resources every day on our club's Instagram stories surrounding issues like these. Thank you very much for listening.
At DMU Lacrosse, we pledge that our club will always be a safe place to listen to people's experiences.
We pledge that our club will be a safe space for people to open up and not be afraid of judgment.
We pledge that our club will do all that we can to protect our members and any future members.
We pledge to help break the silence by allowing individuals to speak their truths.
We pledge that we will always support survivors in any way that they need.
We pledge to help end the stigma surrounding sexual abuse and violence survivors.
We pledge to always believe victims of sexual abuse, as this is where help starts. #StartBelieving.
We pledge to recognise that it can happen to anyone, no matter their gender, race, ethnicity, nationality or sexuality.
We pledge to be a voice and stand up for those who are not able to.
We pledge to educate ourselves more around sexual assault and abuse, as it is such a prevalent issue and most often ignored.
We at DMU Lacrosse have a zero tolerance policy on sexual harassment, abuse or bullying of any kind. DMU Lacrosse will always be here for you to confide in.
Hello, we're DMU Bollywood Dance. To show our support for those who have experienced sexual violence or assault, we want to use our platform to help those who have not been able to share or move forward.
On Wednesday, 3rd of February, we'll be asking people to anonymously send in tips to share what helped them through their tough times.
We will be resharing those tips in hopes that it helps someone that really needs it right now.
These lockdowns have been tough on us all, but always remember we're in this together.